Welcome back.
All right, we are back.
And I'm back.
Yes, you are back.
I was gone last week, but I'm back now.
Did you get your balloon done?
Yeah, speaking of which, how's the progress on the balloon going?
Which balloon would that be?
Let's just lay it.
Has a similar likeness of your
the
head.
balloon that's shaped like a giant version of your head for Balloon Fest this year. That's that balloon.
That balloon? Mm-hmm. That balloon is coming along perfectly.
Is there another balloon we should be aware of?
No, well, actually, you're talking about the balloon shaped like my head.
Yes. With full of hot air.
Full of hot air. No, it's just that the one you're thinking of is long gone. I'm working on a newer, bigger one now.
Oh, dear.
So
I don't know if the skies can handle
it's
it.
going to be...
Sorry.
No, that's...
Anyway,
don't be.
You're listening to Radio Nowhere. Good morning. We
Sure,
decided.
did we? Okay.
Yes.
Sure. This is Matt Leibarger.
And this is Steve Stein.
And this is Matt Donahoe.
Yep.
That's right.
Boy, we
Hey.
came out of the gate really, really good on that, too.
We did.
And then lost it.
So we just heard Hourglass from Squeeze, right?
Yes.
Correct.
And before that,
London Calling from The Clash.
nice apocalyptic song to start us off.
That's right.
If I can get that word out.
And then what kind of song? What would you call that Hourglass song? If that's an apocalyptic song from The Clash, a goofy, I don't know, what is that? Squeeze?
Wacky.
I hate that word. Wacky is a word.
Affiliated with old men, usually.
Well, it's wacky and zany. 2 words I hate.
Conky.
They're associated with, like, crummy movies. Have you ever enjoyed something and wanted to describe it as zany?
No, or wacky.
Or
no.
wacky?
No.
But that's, like, if you see that on a DVD cover, this zany comedy, avoid it.
Or if
I
laugh
agree.
is spelled L-A-F-F.
LAFM.
A laugh riot.
A laugh riot of wacky proportions. What were we talking about? Squeeze.
No, we were talking about your head balloon.
Oh, that's right, we were. And it is inflating nicely. Every time I'm on the show, in fact, it gets a little bit bigger.
Well, hey, coming up next, actually, the next song is a song that goes out to Steve Stein, who's
good.
sitting right next to me. A golden oldie.
Golden oldie for Steve on Radio Nowhere, on full service WJBD.
Salem.
Maybe. Steve, what are you doing? Steve's ruining everything.
I didn't even touch it.
There we go.
Nice
Maybe.
job.
Radio Nowhere on full service 100.1 FM WJBD. That was Puppet to the Man was the song. That's one of my current favorites, Kurt Weill.
Can we talk, and I know we've talked about this in the past, can we talk about that name?
Sure.
That name, because you were like, oh, yeah, listen to Kurt Weill. I'm like, punk is not really my thing.
And his name, his given name, by the way, that's Kurt Weill. And it does sound like a punk rocker
Sure.
or something like that. That is probably the most... and his earlier albums are a little different, but the last few, that is probably the most upbeat or noisiest song on any of them, the one we just played.
And that was not too hard at all. I didn't think so.
No, and just very guitar-oriented, singer-songwritery. But I wanted to play that. I know we played Kurt Weill in the past. I wanted to play that because I will be gone next week.
Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be seeing Kurt Weill perform.
You should call in with a report from the show if it's over by midnight.
Oh, I think they still have a curfew, so it should be
Cool.
over well before then.
You're seeing him in St. Louis at the
At the Firebird.
Firebird. Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
we expect to report. Tackett, one of our show co-hosts that is not with us tonight, is going to see Toad the Wet Sprocket, I believe, next week. So it's like a concert weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the day before. That's right, because he asked me about that.
At the pageant, right?
I think so.
So yeah, all kinds of concert stuff. And I'm going nowhere. So I'll be here.
Well, good. Somebody's got to be.
And somebody's got to be here. So tonight, thank you for joining us. Matt Donahoe along with Steve Stein and Matt Leibarger. And we are playing, as we do every week, we try to play some stuff that's a little bit off the beaten path as far as music goes. And try to bring you some conversation as well. And Steve, our producer Steve is telling us we have a phone call.
All right.
We don't do that, do we?
I guess we could.
Yeah, I don't know that we take phone calls on here though. But okay. Okay. Well, here we go. Hello, caller. You are on the air.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I've got a quick question about a rummage sale on the shopper.
Okay, the rummage sale on. Okay, first of all, the Saturday Shopper is actually one of our shows on WJBD. It's on every Saturday morning at 8 a.m., and it's your chance to buy, sell, or trade items. People bring in the write-in items with $1, 25 words or less, or they call in like you're doing. But that's at 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings.
Okay.
So you had a rummage sale,
Yeah.
though?
Yeah. I've got a question about a rummage sale on the shopper.
Well, we're doing a show right now, but I guess
Some of them are sitting over here. I can look through them. real quick.
do you mind,
Yeah.
Matt?
Steve, can you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you. I will have. Well, I can look too. All right. The three of us are looking. There's a bunch of rummage sales in
Can
here.
you give us a? Do you remember some of the things that were on?
Toys, clothes, CDs.
Okay. Whoa. Slow down. Toys, clothes. So that's.
Barbie collection. I think there was a 79 Pinto.
That seems oddly specific.
Oscar Goldblum's exploding briefcase.
What is that?
You know, Oscar Goldblum from the $6 Million Man. He had the toy had a briefcase that exploded.
I know Oscar Goldman from the $6 Million Man.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was Goldblum. Anyway.
if you're thinking of Jeff Goldblum, I'm not finding anything here.
Well, flat tires, the solid gold discs that you eat,
I don't even know what that means.
goats.
Okay.
I don't have anything over here.
Okay, we've been all through these Saturday Shopper items, and there are a lot of rummage sales, but there's not one like the one you were talking about.
No, I am having a rummage sale, and I want to list this stuff on the shopper.
Okay, well, like we said, that goes on at 8 o'clock.
Well, that's going to be kind of tough. I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Excuse me?
I'm in Seattle, Washington, and 8 o'clock, I don't know what time zone it is. I don't even know exactly where you're located. I just wanted this stuff on the shopper.
Okay, well, first of all, then you can't even hear us from where you're calling from. And second of all, is your rummage sale going to be in Seattle?
Yes. It's
Well-
going to be in my garage.
Well, no one listening to this radio station's in the southern Illinois. No one is going to go to your rummage sale then.
Well, somebody will definitely come to my rummage sale.
Well,
but-
somebody might, but nobody here will.
Well, they might. I mean, people travel.
Well,
Oh, if you cannot do this for me, can you at least do one thing for me?
I can try. What?
I would like to hear Outcast Hey Ya.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
1, 2, 3, my baby don't mess around.
Radio Nowhere here on Full Service 100.1 FM WJBD. And that was the Raspberries, Go All the Way. Before that, Outcast Hey Ya by request.
That's right.
Coming up, we're going to check the Weather Eye forecast.
It's been a great summer, but now it's time to...
Do it.
Radio Nowhere on Full Service 100.1 FM WJBD. It's 12:32.
What does that mean?
That's the time.
Yeah, but
Yeah, gosh. He
what
set
does that
you
always
up.
lead into?
What do we always do after?
And I was getting to that until I thought he
I'm
had a question
sorry, I ruined
about
everything.
what those numbers were
Hey,
that I just
and
said.
you know what? And we were talking about this off the air. No more calls, Steve. Don't put any more calls through.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll see.
no more.
Strike two.
Yeah. you're on thin ice, Stein.
Apparently, as he was hinting at, it is time for the Crowded House Song of the Week.
Was he hinting? He's kind of setting it up.
I didn't get the hint, if that's what it was.
Nice
Anyway,
job.
a lot of the songs we've been playing in past weeks from Crowded House have been from their greatest hits collection called Recurring Dream. This week, from my newly acquired
You should see the smile on
Rarities
his face.
and B-Sides album.
Do you have a balloon too?
of theirs. Okay. Off of that album.
There's the Matt Liebarger we know and love, the non-smiling, unenthused. Start over. Do your thing.
This is the song Recurring Dream that the Greatest Hits is named after but does not appear on. In fact, does not appear on any of their albums. Supposedly appears on a soundtrack. So, Crowded House, this is Recurring Dream on Radio Nowhere, WJBD.
Radio Nowhere on WJBD. That, of course, the late, great John Denver with Take Me Home, Country Roads. I'm going to send that one out to Rod Hardy, who is listening tonight. Kind of an inside joke there. But, Funky, what did we hear before that?
Funky. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
There we go.
Before that, we heard our Crowded House pick of the week, which was the song Recurring Dream, which does not appear on the Greatest Hits of the same name.
Awesome. Welcome to Radio Nowhere. It's 12:40. Our time's running out, slowly but surely.
It's gone quick.
Yeah, it always does. We've kind of been all over the road tonight. Speaking of country roads, we've been with John Denver. We had some.
We've been in the ditch on either side a little bit, and then back.
And then straighten it out. It's like
back
I'm
on
driving.
pavement.
There, I thought I'd say it before.
Are you looking for a CD in the back seat?
Thought I'd say it before you guys did. Okay. We've talked about, a couple weeks ago, we've talked about the vending machine Olympics.
Correct.
And
we talked about it a little last week. We need to make sure it's still out there, still on the table.
and I think we need to, now you're not going to be here next weekend,
Right.
Funky, and neither will Tackett. So we need to set this up for a couple weeks from now. One of our co-hosts, Chad Spray, and Steve, are you participating?
Probably not, but I haven't totally ruled it out yet.
Because the last time we talked about it, you seemed pretty gung-ho.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
It's a tough one.
and Funky and I are
Absolutely not.
yeah. I mean, we're going to do commentary while they're trying to, and okay, going over the rules. Now, I wasn't here last week. What did you guys talk about it last week?
We just went back over the just the premise and and how the competition originally was conceived and how it's going to work.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Tell me if things have changed. You're going to go, not you, but Steve and Chad and Tackett.
One is going to.
Someone is going to go through the vending machine one item at a time in order.
Correct.
Starting at the top left, yes.
So, top left. You have to eat one of everything. Have we nailed down a time limit?
I know the original time limit was an hour, right?
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't think that's going to be
30
valid.
items, right? Are there 30 items in that vending machine up front?
That's pretty close. I'm not exactly certain.
Right, yeah, 30-ish.
Yeah.
Steve, what do you think? Come on, I think you need to. Okay, and here's why I think Steve needs to. Because if Funky and I are going to be like commentators, then we can have, if it's the Olympics, we can have a gold, a silver, and a bronze if we have Chad, Tackett, and Steve participating.
Well, I mean,
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say all three of the participants are going to be losers in this in this instance.
What?
yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. I mean, yeah, I mean, it would be challenging. I'm kind of curious to see if I can do it. But I think the real fun of the thing is going to be able to sit back and watch the other two just.
Yeah, no, that's what Funky and I are doing. We're going to watch
I know.
you three eat.
I'm trying to say that I'm not sure I want to miss out on that.
We record these shows. You can listen to them
Yeah,
later.
it's not quite the same.
So I know Chad and Tackett, because Tackett is the most competitive out of everyone. Mm-hmm. So if we're going to go for a gold, silver, and bronze, it should be whoever gets the furthest, right?
The furthest or done first,
So-
if it comes to that.
So yeah, so like whoever gets the furthest gets gold, silver, second. And then if everyone would finish, which is such a horrible thought, then it would be whoever gets done
First one to the bathroom.
first. Does that sound right?
I'm just wondering if the other two people are going to finish. If one person does,
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking if somebody actually finishes, I'm going to be like,
I think I would be
I'm
like,
done.
forget it.
Well, wait. What do you mean?
like if Steve and I are competing and Steve finishes first and I'm not done yet, I would be apt to just say, I'm done, forget it.
I guess then it's a matter of did they get further than number 3? If there's a third person,
Now see, we're talking
it's
about
a tie.
How would it be a tie?
They finish the last.
They both take a bite and swallow at the
exact same time.
Give them both gold. If that. But here's the thing.
Tackett's going to want a trophy.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to get Taggett is out of all of us the most competitive.
True.
And that's just it. So he's going to keep that competitive drive up for everyone else, I think. Don't you think?
I don't know.
And then Chad gets competitive when he's with Tackett.
Yeah.
And Steve will be our comic relief participant.
Yeah. He's going to be the guy like on American Idol every year that doesn't get past the auditions, but everybody, you're our William Hung or our...
Speaking of that and trophies, I'd just like to point out that of our RC racing,
where
got
you
the trophy tonight.
hey, what are you doing? What are you talking about?
Our RC racing that we
Your
do.
RC racing,
Yes,
meaning what?
I have a little club,
Okay.
and we do RC racing, and I won the trophy tonight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I see the trophy connection there. What was the William Hung collection or connection?
Yeah, I was... Oh, because it's something to make fun of you about. Radio Nowhere on WJBD. That is of Monsters and Men. My head is an animal.
Your head is a balloon.
That is true.
Bravo.
So what are we talking about here?
I think we're back to the
you-
giant head balloon is
You
what we're...
derailed me, so...
Yeah, isn't that next weekend?
Balloon Fest?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're all ready.
I'm going to be part of the Balloon Glow. See my head lit up in Foundation Park. And
So is it a prerequisite to watch the president's speech from Independence Day
are you
before
not...
the event?
Okay, now I feel like you're getting a little obscure with these references, and I think you might want to
Oh,
explain...
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but there are people listening who don't know what you're talking. Would you like to
Okay.
carry? I mean, if you're
Everybody,
Okay.
or most people, I'm sure, are familiar with the movie Independence Day.
no, never seen it.
Anyway, we were sitting behind, one said Matt Donahoe in the movie theater.
That would be Steve and myself.
Correct.
In 1996 when this came out.
Oh,
And the president's big
Hoorah
motivational speech. Matt was literally rising
I
out
don't
of
know
his
what-
chair
if
in
you know
front
what
of us
literally means, but
in the movie
No,
theater.
it literally is being used in the,
yeah,
in
you
the
were
correct sense this time.
you were actually raising out of the chair.
levitating.
Yeah, and from there, Funky and I took it to pretty much that your head was inflating and it flew up through the theater. So naturally, it
Which
became
turned into his head inflates to his
hot air balloon.
He has a hot air
size.
balloon shaped like his head, or he becomes one. Maybe we didn't really hammer that out too well.
No.
But then it became the Matt Donahoe head balloon as part of Balloon Fest.
Sure. So I will be there, my head aglow, offering rides.
So do you have to watch that part of the movie beforehand?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
Actually, I have an MP3 of it on an iPod, and it's on repeat.
Did you listen to it twice in a row?
No, I just constantly repeats to keep my head inflated.
That's great.
Are you guys done?
Well, for this week, we'll pick this up next week.
next
Well,
week's
Balloon Fest
Balloon
weekend.
Fest.
That's true.
So
Well, we want to thank everybody for listening to Radio Nowhere this week. And if you like what you heard,
Tell a friend.
and if you didn't like what you hear,
Don't tell anybody. Ever.
ever. WJBD Salem Centralia.
ABC News